When I look at NBA teams, I look at the contenders and I think, okay, we have about like 6, 7 contenders. We have the Nets, Bucks, Warriors. Some might even say the Nuggets. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. The Heat, 76ers. Like, those are the contenders. But for me, I believe the Suns are on their own tier. I believe as of right now, I would have them winning the NBA championship. Because as of right now, bro, looking at this team is literally a perfect team from top to bottom. What I mean by that is, they literally have everything in the NBA that you need to win. Let's start off with the guard. We have a Hall of Fame guard, a top 75 guard, a top 10 guard in his position, Chris Paul. We all know who Chris Paul is. We all know who Chris Paul does, man. Chris Paul was literally top 5 in the MVP race in the beginning of the season. Not even in the beginning of the season, towards the middle of the season before he got hurt with that hand injury. A lot of people had him as a top 5, top 7 MVP guy because, look, he went to this team and they automatically win. It was the same thing last year. Automatically, he goes to the Suns team and they're in the playoffs. They're going to the finals. This year, he's on the Suns team. At one point, they only had 9 losses with 40 wins. Like, they've just been dominated all season. And he's been a major part of that. A lot of people will have him, and some people will even have Devin Booker as in the MVP race. But Chris Paul, in the beginning, he was simply dominating, leading the lead in clutch scoring like he always does. He averaged double-digit assists like he literally always does. Like, they have a legit legendary guard. And then next to that guard, you have a guy like Devin Booker, man. Devin Booker is a guy that can literally do any and everything on the court. And he fits perfectly with this team. He's the perfect star to fit with this team. Devin Booker is a guy that, when he has the ball, elite. Can do anything with the ball. Elite scorer, elite post, elite in the post, anything with the ball. Elite playmaker, he can do anything with the ball. Now, when you play him off ball, you're not really losing that much. He's an elite spot up shooter. He's elite off the ball. He's elite everywhere, man. He's just an elite player. You put him and Chris Paul next to each other, they're automatically the best backcourt in the league. There's no argument. You can have Steph and Clay, but Clay is playing like, you know what I'm saying, rookie Clay. And Steph is playing like rookie Steph Curry. They're both playing bad. So as of right now, you have the best backcourt in the league. Then beside that, you have some of the best wings in the league. Some of the best wings in the league. A lot of wings in the league these days, they have to be labeled as 3-and-D wings. But most of these guys are not 3-and-D wings. The Suns literally have 3-and-D wings. Cam Johnson, elite defender, great defender. And then on offense, elite, and I mean elite shooter. I swear every shot Cam Johnson shoots, I don't think it's going to miss. I think it's always going to go in. Mikal Bridges, same thing. Even though I have a grudge against Mikal, and if you wonder why, I'll tell you later, another day. But Mikal Bridges, he is an elite defender, top 5 in MVP race as of right now. Even though I dislike the guy, I gotta admit it, he's top 5 in MVP race as of right now. Elite defender. And then on shooting, elite shooter, shoots 37% from the field. They have amazing and elite 3-and-D wings. And then you have a guy like Jay Crowder, who, again, I kind of have a grudge against him too. But an elite defender, an elite shooter, bro, an elite off-ball player. All 3 of these wings are elite, and they're elite off-ball. Jay Crowder, this year, shooting 35% from the 3. Great shooter. And then you got off the bench. Torrey Craig and them guys, man. Abdul Nader and them guys. They just have elite wings, man. Elite wings. Landry Shamet. Another sniper. You're filling your scoring and your point guard around snipers to where they put their 2 feet in the paint. They got shooters everywhere. And then beside that, you have a guy like DeAndre Ayton, a dominant center in the NBA, a top 5 center in the NBA, who's coming into himself, man. Pause. Like, he's coming to his own. I think that's what they say. Like, he's finally starting to get to where you can see, all right, yeah, you see his future. He's having an amazing season, man. A lot of things about DeAndre Ayton you could say a couple years ago. You can't say now. A couple years ago, he was a terrible defender. As of right now, I would say he's a really, really good defender, bro. A really good defender, a really good shot blocker. And he fits perfectly next to Chris Paul. He's a lob threat. He plays in the post. And you know Chris Paul is going to make his centers look amazing. Gonna make his centers look amazing, man. You got him. And then off the bench, you have a campaign. Campaign literally came into the playoffs a couple games when Chris Paul wasn't playing and dropped 20-point double-doubles. resurrected his whole career last year. You have him off the bench. Like I said, you got Cam Johnson, you got Landry Shamet, 2 elite shooters, 2 elite 3-and-D wings. Then you got a guy like JaVale McGee. All he does is win. He has 3 championships, 1 gold medal. All he does is win. And he's having one of his best seasons of all time, if I'm going to be honest with you. JaVale McGee, if I'm not mistaken, is averaging 12 and 7. Let me look that up real quick. Yeah, he's averaging 10 and 7. It was 12 a couple months ago. Then they stopped playing him for Bismack Biyombo. But then look, Bismack Biyombo got on this team, and he was averaging double-doubles because Chris Paul was just killing with them pick-and-rolls with him and Bismack, and they were dominating. And then he got signed to a regular contract. And during that time, JaVale McGee kind of took a step back. But ever since then, man, JaVale's been hooping, man. They have an elite center rotation. Their whole rotation in general is just elite. You got Bismack, you got DeAndre Ayton, and you got JaVale McGee. That's an elite center rotation. You got a point guards. You got Chris Paul, Cam Payne, Aaron Holiday, elite shooting guards. Landry Shamet, Devin Booker, elite small forward. Cameron Johnson, Mikal Bridges, elite. Like everywhere you go, this team is just. They're elite from top to bottom. Even before the trade deadline, they even had a guy like Jalen Smith who was dogging with this team when he actually got minutes. And then you bounce that off with an amazing coach. And then one thing I want to say, I'm a Cavs fan. Of course, JB Bickerstaff staff has us playing amazing. We're a top 6 seed in the East. He does not deserve to win Coach of the Year. We cannot rob Monty Williams 2 times in a year. 2 times in a row. We cannot do that. Yes, the Knicks were decent last year, but the Suns were so dominant, he should have definitely got it. This year, they're even more dominant. They have to have Coach of the Year. There's no way we should have Coach of the Year. And I love JB Bickerstaff, but I would be hurt. And I'm not a Suns fan. I would be hurt if Monty Williams got robbed 2 years in a row. I would be hurt. But then, like I'm saying, bro, you have an amazing coach, an elite coach in Monty Williams, man, who has this team playing beautiful basketball on offense and on defense. On defense, man, their rotations are second to none. I believe they're, a top 3 defense in the league after the Celtics. They have Devin Booker out there looking like a really great defender, man. He really doesn't get beat a lot. And then on offense, man, their offense is moved so smooth. Of course, you got another coach on the floor and Chris Paul. But, like, man, even without Chris Paul, I said it without Chris Paul, I was like, man, this team might go into a little slump. Without Chris Paul, they only lost 1 game. They only lost 1 game. Mind you, it's only been, 6 games as of right now? But they're 5-1. Because, like I told y'all, Devin Booker is a point guard. He can play point guard. They're not really lacking that much because Devin Booker is capable of playing point guard. But that's another thing with Monty Williams, man. He has his team still playing elite level basketball without Chris Paul. They just went against the healthy Bucks and put up a great fight. They lost towards the end because at the end they really didn't have the talent to compete because Devin Booker was also out. But man, what they were doing in that game, speeding up the game because the Bucks don't like to play fast. Cameron Payne sped up the game. That's part of the system that Monty Williams plays, man. They were just playing some elite basketball, man. This team, like I said, is perfect. And as of right now, as far as them losing in the playoffs, I don't really see a team, especially on the West. I don't see a team on the West that can beat this team. Steph Curry's looking terrible. We got to wait till Draymond comes back to see if they can all get it back together. But I don't see a team on the West that can fuck with this team. And then on the East, only team I can really see that can mess with this team on the East is the Bucks. The team that beat them last year. Because they already got the system to beat them again. But as far as like the 76ers, no. Nets probably got a good shot. They have the best player in the world. But other than that, man, this team is just a perfect team. And I feel like they will give everybody in the league trouble. They just played the Heat yesterday. I just told y'all a couple days ago. The Heat are not a team that nobody wants to face. They were not healthy and they dominated the Heat. And the Heat were completely healthy. So, yeah, man. I'm scared of this team. I'm scared of this team. This team's dominant. But I also would absolutely love to see Devin Booker get a ring because I've been a Devin Booker stan when they were calling him empty stats guy. That shit just, But other than that, man, I was going to bring a De'Aaron Fox video. I might bring that tomorrow. But I just want to talk about this team, man. This team has been dominant. This team has been crazy and fun to watch. So I will talk to you guys later. Peace out.